Well, we finally had some really good weather, and they finished off all the syrup I gave them last week. I filled it up to the 48-ounce line, which is approximately 1.5 liters, and they finished it off. This is completely empty. It's not even a, I don't think there's even a drop left in here. Same thing with the Queen Beatrice hive. They completely finished off all their syrup. I don't know if there's a nectar flow happening right now, but I'm gonna, as I do my inspection, I'm gonna look to see how much food they've got. I suspect that they didn't eat all the food. I think they may have moved it into comb. So I'm gonna see how much there is. If they have plenty in stores, I may not feed them anything. I'll probably still feed Queen Beatrice, but the Queen Anne hive will probably not get any food. We'll just see what happens. I don't know about the nectar, so we'll see if they have anything by the end of next week, and then I'll know whether or not there's nectar flow happening. So we'll begin the inspection. They've gained some of their weight back. Last week they were down 7.5 pounds from the week before. Now they're back, so they were weighing 95 pounds last week. Today they're weighing 104.5 pounds. So they've put on another 9.5 pounds of weight, which is good. My smoker doesn't die. Looks dead. Something. Nothing on here yet. Today I have better lighting with the sunshine, so I'll be able to see that if there's any eggs in those queen cups. I do see honey stores in this frame. In this cone.
Or it's sugar water.
Well, it's probably sugar water, but it's yellow. But for simplicity, let's just call it honey. No need to differentiate. There's a dead drone here. Or not quite dead yet. Honey in this frame.
It's a lot.
It doesn't look like the bucket I gave them was dripping, or else there would be more of a mess there in the middle. This is all honey. So the second and third frame I've only spotted honey, which is good. Means they have some stores now. So if it's looking like there's no empty comb anywhere in here, that whatever comb they've got is either filled with honey or brood, then I'll go ahead and not put the feeder back on this week and just see what happens. This one looks like brood.
Is that honey on that one,
some
sir?
honey. Yeah, I see eggs in the empty cells, and there's capped brood, and then there's honey over on this other end of the frame. Can you see it?
Hmm?
You see on this side here, they've got a queen cell going up at the top there, queen cup, and I see eggs on the regular comb, but down in the queen cup, the shadow of my veil makes it hard to see in there. Every bee that walks by the queen cup takes a look inside, and then I can't see inside. But it's not capped, and it's not elongated, so I have no reason to suspect anything yet. So I've been doing some further studying on queen cells and reading up. I wish the books had talked more about them, but it turns out that bees just like to build queen cells and have them as insurance. And then if they go the whole season without needing to use them, come fall, they'll just dismantle them. So as long as the queen cup isn't capped and turned into or elongated and populated with a larva or egg, there's really nothing for me to be concerned about. This is very heavy with brood. And a little bit of honey. Every 10th hole or so is empty, but it's got honey in it. Makes it easier for them to get to it when they need it. That's a good looking frame. Good brood. I've only seen worker brood so far, no drone brood. But I still see drones in there. My smoker died?
No.
Okay.
The pine cone's caught.
That's a good looking worker brood here. Yeah.
Once they get all the frames filled out with comb, are you going to put the last box on?
Well, I brought another box with empty frames.
Because they seem to, because in about 3 weeks, it seems like you're going to have a population boom.
Ooh, I just saw a bee land. Probably not from their hive. And then they attacked it. And it flew off. I think I may not put the other box on until next week. I want to see... Yeah, wrong place, buddy. Because they've got a couple frames. They've still got some empty frames here. This one they're filling out with honey.
Was that one empty last week?
Yeah. And then the next one has a little bit of comb started, but not much. It's only got about an inch or so of comb. And the other one after that's empty. So there's 3.5, 4 frames here that are still need to be filled out. Before I need to put anything else on. And I want to see how things go the next week. I don't think it's ready for another box yet. Because if there's no nectar flow, they're not going to be able to have it in them to build comb in the next box up.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I got 2 more boxes to inspect.
3.
2 more on this hive.
Yeah.
Not getting any good smoke.